So just I wanted to know if which topic is there which is means which you feel that it is very difficult and that should be explained in the class, particularly in SST. If you feel that this portion should be taken first. Now before some days you had gone through the pre-board examinations, I think, right?
Yes, sir.
So did you get your results?
Yes.
So how was that?
So it was 39 out of 40.
Out of 40, very nice. It was very
37.
nice.
Sir, I got 40 out of 40.
40. Yeah, Shadab. And you, Praharshan? Steve?
I got 37 or 30.
Sir, my pre-board is going to start.
Pre-board has not started till now?
No.
Okay. So the one thing that I would provide you there, I have some question papers with me for this term, second term. Okay. These papers, see, one thing I want promise from you all, that you should attempt the paper. I think you might have seen there, for 2 weeks I did not post any paper on Sundays for your test.
Yes.
Did you find it? Why? There was a reason that you people do not respond to it. And I had put last time the 100% marks paper. I think 40 marks paper I had posted there, but nobody turned up and nobody answered it. So sometimes it is a disappointing thing that I'm taking efforts for you all, but you are not still responding it properly. So beta, see, in life, I know that how much important the science is, how much important the maths is, but how much important the general awareness and as well as the language, both are very, very important. Okay. So put all the subject in the same boat and try to sail into it. Understood? Don't try to divide the subjects that this is not important, that is not important, I will manage it and I will do that, and the lots of manipulating thoughts would come in your mind. But please, okay, I request you, you just take it as my request. I should not say like this, but still. Okay, so whenever I post the paper in the group, please go through it, try to attempt it and send the feedback to me. Okay, on my personal number you may see how many students you are. You are only 9 or 10 students there. Okay, so I can manage to check the papers and immediately can respond you with the marks, isn't it? And there is one another benefit of that is, whenever you will go through the paper directly, so you would come to know what exact point is there where you are lacking, that something would not be understood by you there in paper. So you may immediately ask me, immediately in the sense, not during the paper. Okay, not during the paper, but after paper you may discuss it, because we have discussion part as well there in our wise, right? So this was something that I wanted to discuss with you all. Please, I want yours your response to everything. Okay, have you got it?
Yes,
Yes, sir. Yes.
You may tell me if I'm wrong here. Everyone would like to listen the feedbacks from you, right? Isn't
Yes.
it, person? Yes, it is. Okay, so please be aware of every subject, not only maths and science and all. That means I am not diverting you all, but this is something that you should respect every subject, because you have to attempt the board examination. Okay, understood? So let me share the screen with you all now. We will go for the chapter now. That would be the last session of that particular chapter. Okay, let me share with you. You may now turn off your videos, but don't do anything else there, huh? Okay, just
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
be here in the class. Okay, now beta, yesterday we were there in the discussion. That discussion was challenges to the political parties. Challenges to the political parties. There are many challenges that we had discussed yesterday. How people are being exploited, okay, sometimes by the political parties. What are the main challenges that the common people, common citizens, they face during the time of election? During the time of election, first thing we had seen there, and that was lack of internal democracy. Internal democracy was related to what? To the people who are working for that particular party, who are working for the particular party. There is a hierarchy. I told you that day, sorry, yesterday only. If suppose there are 10 people, so one post is to be filled. So one person would be selected or elected from these or among these 10 people. 9 would be remaining there, and they would get some malice in their hearts. That why didn't they get that opportunity? This would be there in their mind. Okay, so this is the lack of internal democracy. Whenever we keep some malice towards our party only, so we can't work for it, uh, honestly, I think. Second type or second challenge we had seen there, that was very interesting challenge, and that was dynastic succession. Dynastic succession is something where the particular party is run by the particular family only. Means they do not want to leave their position from that party, and they do not give the opportunity to the topmost leaders into their party. And due to this, the party leaders or party workers or volunteers, they are disappointed with the party. Still they know that their leader or the supremo of that particular party is not good enough to run the party, as well as the propaganda of the particular party, or we can say the manifesto of that party. He is not able to describe properly before the citizen, before the people. Okay, so still they know it, but they can't do anything. Why? Because that party is a dynastic party, from where we may or that we may experience in our country as well. Okay, and that is why we are seeing the ruin of the particular party. I would not take the name of the party. Okay, now third point we had seen there, money and muscle power. See, this is very, very important. And how do money and muscle power play an important role? See, it is very IMP question. It may come there in exam. Okay, put it as IMP. Understood? IMP in the sense that is important question that may be asked in the board. Muscle and power. See, in today's scenario, nobody can imagine the election without spending money. Am I correct? Am I correct there?
Yes.
Yes.
Without money, no candidate can contest the election. So money and muscle power. See, money is a different thing. Muscle power is a muscle power in the sense that person is keeping a criminal background. I would say the criminal background, or a background where he is not involved in any crimes, but he belongs to that particular background. That particular candidate would not be there involved in the criminal activities, but he is the person, or he could be the person where to his support or in his support many criminals can come together and they can support that particular leader. Have you got? In this way, they can, what can they do? First, they can manipulate the voters. This happens in our country, unfortunately. During elections, money and muscle power is used. Many candidates you might have seen till today that they bribe, the voters, bribe the voters. They purchase their vote, and for that they need money. For that they need money. With see, today, even though the Election Commission of India has directed all the political parties to give its what we can say, that is given over here, it's total assets which that party is to going to be uh, used there in the election, how much money that party would be spending in the election, that amount also is to be given by the particular party. And another thing, our election commission has directed all the political parties to put everything about their party, about their candidates, about their selection of candidates, and his background is to be exposed there on the particular party's website, or again that should be published there on the election commission site. Have you got
Yes,
this?
sir.
Due to this, what happened there, the transparency has come. What kind of transparency? Suppose that party is to be spending has to be spent 100 crore rupees in Lok Sabha elections, because that party definitely, if it is a national party, so it would just its candidates would be contesting the elections across the country, and for that that party would need the fund, isn't it? And to raise that fund, there may be different sources. Okay. Second thing is, parties find shortcut means to win elections. What is the shortcut win of elections then? This one, bribe, to provide money to the voters. See, as a responsible citizen of the country, if suppose someone is offering me bribe, so I would not take. But there are a lot of people who are facing unemployment, and they that at the same time they need money. So what would they do? I'm not saying that the people are taking money as a bribe and they then go to cast their votes there. I'm not saying this. But this much money is being spending in the country. Where is it going? And where has that money come from? That is the another question. That is another question mark before the national party or any party or regional or state party. Whenever there are elections, they want to win the election in a shortcut method. Understood? And that shortcut method is not today, it is not limited there till oratorship. What is oratorship? Orator is someone who gives a speech before some people. Bhashan. Okay. Another thing, the third point of money and muscle power is, parties nominate those candidates who have or can raise money for party. This is very, very important. You might have seen the people who are contesting the elections, they are not poor people. Sometimes it is the virtue of that particular party if they are giving ticket from their party to the person who has no money background or the rich background. Why this happened there? There is also a motive behind it. Why? Because the caste to which that person belongs in that particular area might be those people would have been in a large number. That is why they want to seek those votes, and therefore the candidate from that particular caste or religion or particular creed, okay, is contesting the election there. But we are that is not our part, or that is not our topic here. Our topic is, the party selects the candidate who has a good money background or the rich background, so that he could raise some money for the party fund. Okay. Another thing, and that money which is being collected from such people or candidates, that would be used in the expenditure of the particular election, or some miscellaneous expenditures as well of that particular party. As you might have heard that every national party is having its own office in every state, every district level, isn't it? So to maintain such offices, to maintain such workers, to maintain such leaders, to maintain such volunteers, they need money. This money comes from such rich people, okay, and they seek the position into the party. See, money is being used as a medium to reach towards the or to the voter. Understood? Have you got it?
Yes, sir.
Yes.
Parties even support criminals who can win elections. Suppose that particular candidate has some power, or he belongs to the criminal background, so the people would not cast the vote to that person because he is a good person, but he is a criminal person. And suppose he comes to know that the particular citizen has not casted his vote to him, so definitely there would be something wrong happened with him. Okay, so in this fear, in this afraidness, they cast their vote to that particular criminal candidate. Understood? But today, election commission has declared, today means this time, last year only, election commission has declared that if suppose such candidate is being found over there, that the that its candidature would be cancelled. Understood? At a time. Next point is rich people or companies providing fund to the party influence policies and decisions of the party. Many times it happens in our country. It is written like rich people. Now, rich people are those people who have lots of industries, those who are running lots of factories, lots of businesses, and those businesses too above 100 crore profit, above 200 crore profits. So such parties, or sorry, such rich people, they influence the particular party if they are going to raise fund for that particular party. So definitely the party, if it is in rule or it is a ruling party, so definitely that party would give some favor to that particular rich person, and it would be what means the big projects can be granted, okay, or offered to that rich person, and whatever the money he has been offered to the party, that money can be recovered from that particular project, okay, by the rich people. In such a way, the party decisions and their policies are being influenced due to the fund provided by the rich people. Understood? And even the companies to
Yes.
which the rich people are being belonging. Are you getting my points?
Yes, sir.
Very important, huh? Whatever I'm telling, each word is very important. Keep it in mind. While writing the answers, you should put everything with points. You should always write the answer with points. Huh? Problem of meaningful choice to the voter. Now, nowadays, what happened? Many parties have been registered with the Election Commission of India as national parties. There are 7 parties almost. Okay. So there is a problem in the choice, and this problem is faced by the voters as they find that almost all the political parties are being contesting the elections for their, somewhere there is benefit and somewhere in the favor of the country, okay, but most of the times they do the work for their personal what we can say, personal benefits. So parties do not seem to offer meaningful choice to voters. Why this? In recent years, there has been a decline in ideological differences among parties. Ideological differences. It means sorry, ideological differences, there are no differences, as every party today, if it is raising its hand, so it says that I am doing this thing, I'm going to do this thing, okay, I'm going to change the scenario of the country, I'm going to change, or I'm going to just protect these particular people and particular caste and religion and all. Okay, almost all the parties have now included this point into their manifestos. So the voters, they do not get any kind of difference, okay, in both the things. So sorry, in both the parties, what happened there in Britain, the two main parties, Labour Party and Conservative Party, don't show much, it is show much differences. They differ only in methodology of policy framing and implementation. There is 19 there, okay, that they may be late, any one party or some one party would be late there for implementing the particular schemes and policies, another would can another can do it very quickly. So this is the only difference now, but their ideologies have become same. Ideology is something that what would they do for the country, okay, what are their objectives, those are included there in ideology. Have you got the point?
Yes, sir.
So differences are not there now. The voters, they see every political party in the same boat. Okay, and that is why they could not make any kind of differences between those. One second. Okay. In India, what happens? In India, the differences on the economic policies has reduced among major parties. Economic policies, whatever the political party comes into rule, they're in center, or it comes into the center powers or central powers. It always has the same objectives. Okay. Another thing, economic policy options appear to be limited. Economic policies options are appear to be limited. How? Suppose something is going to be done there in other state, so another state would definitely be lacking of that. It would not get that or such kind of what we can say, the benefit. Okay, means there is a difference in the economic growth. Another thing, it is difficult to elect different leaders as the same set of leaders keep shifting from one party to another party. And this is without base people, they do such things. Suppose they are not getting any important position there in the particular party, so they would just shift themselves to another party. And wherever they were earlier, they would just speak ill about that particular party where that particular person has worked for 10 years. Okay, this could happen there. So these are some challenges that the political parties have to face. Now, every problem has a solution. Just we have to keep eye upon the problem, and we should think, repeatedly think that how can we reform such problems? Oh, sorry, not problems, but the parties, because within the parties only problems are there. So the question of reforms in political parties is, citizens all over the world face the question of reforms in political parties. Are political parties willing to reform? Can political parties be forced to reform? What is it? One is willingness, another is force or forceful. Okay, what the political parties and how the political parties can be reformed by using, means there is 100% chance to be reformed, not only for parties but even the individual has such kind of chance to be reformed, to be to become out from the problems, from the difficulties. Okay, so what are the things which would be implemented there and the political parties would be reformed? How can they perform well? How can they make the place there? How can they create the place there in the into the hearts of the common citizen, that they would give their, or sorry, cast their votes in favor of them? Okay, some efforts to reform political parties are given: anti-defection law, then affidavit filling made mandatory, organizational elections made compulsory. Okay, so there the efforts and these can be the suggestions as well. Okay, our country to reform political parties and its leaders, a lots of things are given over there. Some of them are anti-defection law, that is, the constitution was amended to prevent elected MLAs and MPs from changing parties in return for cash or ministerial birth. Birth means it is place, huh? Birth means place. According to the law of an MLA or MP changes party, he or she will lose the seat in the legislature. This law has been effective in bringing down defections. Defection, how the defection is done over there? Suppose now this will be explained, or this can be explained in this way. Let us take an example of our all constituencies. So there are 545 seats in our country. Okay, constituencies. Among them, all the parties, they just make their candidates to contest the election from each and every constituency. But to cut the votes or to become the ministers and to become some effective personality there, some people, they contest the election individually. Okay, so this is another matter. But suppose these 540 seats are been contesting and many people are contesting from different parties. Suppose particular party's MLA or MP is being elected, but his whole party did not perform well there. So he is the elected member, so he can be purchased by another party to be involved into that particular party who has majority. And due to the amendment of this defection, if such candidates does such thing, so his candidature or his seat would be removed from him, or he would be removed from the seat. Understood? So this can be the reform. This can be the barrier to the MPs or MLAs from changing their parties only for money. And it happens here. Okay. This was done because many elected representatives, what were they doing? They were indulging in defection in order to become ministers or for cash rewards. And hence an anti-defection law was included. This was the amendment to the constitution. Another reform can be done there, like affidavit filling made mandatory. Now it is mandatory for every candidate who contests the elections to file an affidavit giving details of his property and criminal cases pending against him. Okay, so how this law has come into effect? Due to the intervention of Supreme Court. See, this is the biggest, this is the judiciary where there may be the changes into the, not changes, but amendments into the constitutional provisions. Only the judiciary can interfere into it. Okay. So the person who is contesting the election, he has to give his total background and the details about his property as well as his criminal cases, if any pending there in the court. Third reform can be done there. The election commission passed an order making it necessary for political parties to hold their elections and file their income tax return. Income tax return filing, that is compulsory for every political party, means how much money are they spending during or within 5 years. That thing should come into the into fourth. Okay, that should come in fourth, so that the election commission would take the necessary decisions about the particular party, if that party is being fit for contesting the election or not. Okay, in the country. Another suggestions for reformation of the political parties can be given as a law should be made to regulate the internal affairs of the political party. Okay, whatever is going on there in within the party, that should come in into the knowledge of the people. Okay, what is going on there. Make it necessary to maintain a register of its members. Every political party must have register, so that they would come to know how many members have been working with them. Properly follow the party constitution. See, another constitution means party is also having its own rules and regulations. Constitution in the sense rules and regulations. Those must be followed by the members. Highest posts should be filled with open elections. Nowadays, what happens there? Only the name is being pronounced. Only the name is being announced that this person would become this, that person would become that. Okay, such things are happening. Means the candidature, means candidates or the leaders who are seeking the posts into the political parties or within the political parties, they are not going for any election. They are nominated just by the party leader. Okay, and it creates a malice, or it keeps a malice into the hearts or minds or brains of the other workers or volunteers. It should be made mandatory to give at least 1/3 of tickets to women. Women should be the candidates. Okay, from each party, at least 1/3 members should be the women members. Okay, there in the party, women should be a part of decision making bodies of the party. Women should be included there. Women should be included there in taking decisions. Okay, whether it is for the country, whether it is for the political party. There should be state funding of elections. This support can be in cash or in kind, petrol, paper, telephone, etc. There must be the funding, state funding to that particular election, if it can raise, okay, from its workers, volunteers and leaders. Reaction of political parties to suggestions. So political parties are not willing to accept the above mentioned suggestions, as if they are doing such things. So definitely everything will come out. Every means whatever they have done wrong, that all things would come out. That is why many leaders are in the circle now. It means they are in jail today. There are many leaders who are finding themselves in behind the bars, as they are also the criminals and they do not work properly. Whatever the oath they take at the time of becoming the minister, that is worthless. That is worthless. They are not supposed to be, means they are not actually liable to become the ministers. Say ministers or any ruling party or anything or anyone over there, he should work in the favor of the country. How the people of the country would be, would leave the, or would lead the life peaceful there. Are you getting my voice there? Hello.
Yes, sir.
See, I'm telling you one another thing that I recently went through the, recently had gone through the news, and sorry, this is our number 136. Number is of India. It is given to India, means our country, that we are the world's 136 country who is happy. Means our number is too far away from one number or the first number. Okay, we are lacking there in 130, means we are not happy then, or not happier country than 135 countries in the world. This is the research recently has done it is. Okay, we are not happy country. Over regulations of political parties can be counterproductive. How? The political parties would try to find out ways to cheat laws. Many times it happens. Many times, 90% it happens. They try to cheat the laws. They try to just flaunt the laws. Okay, they would not supposed to accept the laws, because if they go to the law, so they would not raise their fund, they would not hoard the money for their party election or party expenditure. Hoard. Political parties may not agree to pass law. These are the restrictions to such suggestions. Okay, political parties may not like to pass law that may curb their freedom or bring them under control. Okay, there was the bill, you might have heard about it, Lokpal bill. Have you heard this? It was initiated by Anna Hazare. You might have heard name. Did you?
Yes.
Anna Hazare has initiated, and his companion was Mr. Arvind Kejriwal, who is now recently the Chief Minister of Delhi. He was the companion with Anna Hazare to bring Lokpal bill, or to impose Lokpal bill as an act here in the country, so that due to this, what would have happened? Do you know? It means all the people, all the leaders, they would have become the corrupted. Means those who have done wrong, they were supposed to be punished. Okay, due to this Lokpal bill. But in our country, in our parliament, this bill is on hold. It is not passed till now. So the public participation in reforming political parties, how can citizen overcome such things, okay, from happening there? So people can put pressure on political parties through petitions, publishing, and agitations, but it would not happen. These are some suggestions only. Ordinary citizens, pressure, and media can play a major role. But media, this word, sometimes it is good, but most of the times it works in favor of something or someone. The degree of people participation, people who want reform should join political parties. But it, yes, many things are lacking there. Many barriers would be there. As someone is joining the party newly, so definitely he would not be given that much attention into the party, right? He would have to sit down only. The degree of public participation improves the quality of democracy, but it is only possible when the citizen is also given the same rights or same things. Okay, means at least that much power it must that person must have, or the citizens must have, the voters must have, so that they can bring or they could bring a lot of changes into the democracy. Okay, what is the difference between national parties and regional parties? Okay, this is the question which has been asked in 11, 12 and 13 consecutively. It is asked for 3 years, it may be repeated. Okay, just keep in mind, just read this. National parties have their influence all over the country or in the many states, sorry. What is regional party? It may be asked as state party as well, huh? Okay, regional party is restricted, okay, in particular region or state. The parties raise national and international issues, national party, and these parties they raise regional issues. If suppose any party would have to become national party, so 6% total valid votes in Lok Sabha elections or assembly